Hello and thank you for watching. Is it wrong for women to wear makeup? No, it's not wrong for women to wear makeup. As a matter of fact, if it's wrong for the woman to wear makeup, then it's wrong for the man to wear underarm deodorant. If it's wrong for a woman to put something on their skin, then it's wrong for the man as well. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If it's wrong for the women to put something on their skin, then it is wrong for the man to put something on his skin. Okay? It's only right. So I think you're being a little bit hypocritical trying to say this stuff about a woman can't wear makeup. That's totally ridiculous. We're in 1 Peter chapter 3, starting with verse 3. Whose adorning let it not be of that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. In the context here, the adorning is in the heart. It's not the outside, it's the inside. The emphasis on adorning should be on the inside, then the outside will come out okay. It said there in verse 3, plaiting the hair, wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel. The Bible's not saying you can't wear apparel. It's not saying that at all. It's not saying you can't wear gold. It's not saying that at all. It's saying that you're supposed to adorn the hidden man of the heart. That's what you're supposed to adorn. And then the outside will come out okay. Now, this thing about wearing of gold, let's go to Genesis. Chapter 24, verse 22. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold. This is Rebekah. This is the bride to Isaac. Rebekah is a type of the church. Isaac's a type of Christ. And here's Rebekah receiving earrings and bracelets for her hands. And there's nothing wrong with this. If there was something technically wrong in the scriptures with a woman wearing jewelry or something like that, this wouldn't happen. It wouldn't be there. There's nothing wrong with women wearing jewelry. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with women wearing makeup. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with wearing lipstick or fingernail polish. There's nothing wrong with that. But see, the emphasis is supposed to be on the inside. You put your emphasis on the inside, and the outside will come out okay. In Song of Solomon, Solomon's bride, it said her lips were as scarlet. Okay, scarlet's a shade of red, kind of like a shade of blood. There's nothing wrong with a woman wearing lipstick. As a matter of fact, most women, the shades of lipstick they wear is a shade of scarlet. It's usually reddish in color. It's either a pinkish or reddish or a little darker or something like that. That's the normal across the globe. They wear something like reddish or scarlet looking on their lips. As a matter of fact, their fingernails and toenails the same way. Usually something reddish on the fingernails or something reddish or like scarlet on the toenails as well. I know every now and then you see some woman wearing some weird, color out there. That's fine, whatever their conscience wants. We're not complaining about that, but usually it's a shade of scarlet or a shade of red. Back further deep in the Old Testament, Rahab the harlot, when she hid the 2 spies, she had 2 spies, and then the spies escaped. They escaped going down this big wall. Well, she put down what they call a scarlet thread for them to escape, and they climbed down the scarlet thread. Scarlet's a type of escape. That's what it is. It's a type of escape. And Solomon's bride represented the church in typology. Her lips were as scarlet. And we in the church, we preach escape. We preach escape from hell is what we do. We preach the gospel, tell people how to get saved so they don't have to go to hell. It's about escape, and that's what's coming out of our lips. So the color on the lips in typology pictures that. Now, as far as the fingers, in Proverbs chapter 7, it talks about attaching the law to the fingers. It's kind of like easier to remember with the fingers. You got the 10 commandments in your heart. You got 10 fingers, and you have 10 toes on your feet. And the idea is the law as a schoolmaster bring you to Jesus Christ. Well, back in the Old Testament, on the Day of Atonement, they went in and sprinkled blood on top of the law. The Ark of the Covenant contained the 10 commandments. They sprinkled blood on top. And God was a pillar of fire by night and a pillar of cloud by daytime, looking down. And when the blood covered the law, he couldn't see the law. The law had been removed. Colossians chapter 2, same thing happened at Calvary. When Jesus Christ died on the cross, the blood blotted out the law. Technically, that's how that works. God no longer, if you get born again, God sees the blood. He doesn't see your sin because the law is covered up. If he can't see that law, then you're no longer guilty. And so the blood covering the 10, or the red polish covering the 10, kind of like pictures that typology. And you can do the same thing with the toes, wearing a polish on your toes. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then also we hear people talking about this issue on hair. That comes up. And the idea is like Solomon's bride, She had real dark skin, and but her neck was like, her skin was dark because she was working in the vineyards, but her neck was like ivory, which is like white. And the thing about that is her hair must have been long enough to cover her neck, so the sun light didn't get on her neck. Her body was like sunburned or darkly tan, but her skin right here was like white, you know. So she must have had kind of like long enough hair to cover that. And we're not telling women, you know, what length to wear their hair. We don't do that at all. It's all about conscience. If a woman comes up to me and asks me, you know, is my hair long enough? I usually say no. And they say, why? And I say, because you asked me, that's why. You need to grow it long enough to where your conscience is clear, you know. Whether it be up here or down here, it doesn't matter. I've had it's been a long time ago, but I had a little girl come up with me, hair on her shoulders, and she asked me, was her hair long enough? I said, no, it's not. She said, why? I said, because you asked me, that's why, you know. And it's all about conscience. We don't walk around with a ruler, you know, telling people how many inches it's supposed to be and all that. That's not the way it works. We walk with liberty. For where the Spirit of Christ is, there's liberty. It's not supposed to be like touch not, taste not, handle not. You know, the thing is this: you come up with all these rules and regulations, like a woman can't wear lipstick and she can't wear makeup. Her hair has to be a certain length, and she's got to wear these skirts, and the list just goes on and on and on. You're just turning people away. You're just turning people away from the church, because when they hear that stuff, they're going to stay as distant as they can from your church. Christ came that you would have life and have it more abundantly. This isn't the abundant life with a bunch of rules and regulations. That's not an abundant life at all. You don't attract people with that kind of stuff, you know. And don't tell me that this is your sanctification. No, it's not. It's legalism. That's what it is. It's legalism. It's not. You can't back that up with scriptures. You can take some scriptures and twist it, but we're not naive. We're not naive about these devices. So I want to encourage you to enjoy your salvation, and you women, you stay beautiful. And when these men come around preaching these weird doctrines like this, just ignore it. Just ignore it. I wouldn't start a church split over it. You know, if you hear a man preach that kind of stuff, I wouldn't cause problems. I would just take it to yourself and just move on. Run your race for Jesus Christ. All right, well, I hope this has been a blessing to you. Thank you very much for watching.